So now I think we should start.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Today is the second day of FDP. So today with us we have Mr. Jatin Gupta. He has more than
कनिका ये बैकग्राउंड में शोर आ रहा है.
Sir, Jatin sir, please mute your microphone. Yeah. Now is it okay?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good morning, everyone. Today is the second day of FDP. So today we are having the hands-on session. For this with us we have Mr. Jatin Gupta. He has more than 15 years of training and teaching experience. Mr. Gupta has won 3 national awards from IIT Roorkee in designing and programming of embedded systems. He has delivered number of seminars and workshops on IoT, Arduino, Raspberry Pi on national and international level. So today he is going to tell us about the hands-on session on the Arduino. We are doing the simulation. I hope you all have joined using the your PC or laptop. As yesterday only I have informed you all. So without delaying that event, because we all are waiting for that from long time, we are going to start with it with the Mr. Jatin Gupta. Sir, over to you.
Welcome, Jatin.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. First of all, I thanks to Dr. Shukla for giving me this opportunity. A very good morning to one and all. Today, I'm here to present Arduino introduction and programming. So, first of all, we'll discuss what is an Arduino. Now, see, Arduino is a open source electronic prototyping platform. Prototyping platform means we can design multiple types of circuits using this Arduino board. The flexibility provided with the Arduino is that we need to do programming, we need to do circuiting in earlier versions of microcontroller, but with the Arduino, there are so many flexibility in such a way that we just need to connect the hardware with this board. All internal connection is already done by the Arduino itself. It is very easy to use. What we can do with the Arduino? It is a very great prototyping ideas. For example, any home automation example, industrial automation example, or traffic light control system. Means so many examples are there which we can design with the help of Arduino. In India, it is started in a college, but if we talk about foreign countries, then the Arduino is in their primary or higher primary syllabus. Means fifth or sixth class का student जो है, nowadays DPS is also focusing on this thing. Fifth, sixth, seventh class का students, they are using the Arduino so that programming and prototype building will be motivated from the beginning of the students. In the Arduino, we have two types of I/O systems, digital and analog. Means with the use of Arduino, we can communicate or we can interface digital system as well as the analog system. Arduino is able to drive motors, turn on lights, triggering, controlling, and so many features. We will discuss this in the hands-on session. The power requirement of Arduino is very less, means just a 5-volt DC supply can operate an Arduino. We can operate Arduino using our laptop or any mobile charger. Now, why the Arduino was developed? The very like the main idea behind Arduino development is like to provide a forgiving circuitry. Means earlier from the Arduino we have microcontrollers PIC, ARM 8051, and so many controllers are there, but with that controllers we need to do a lot of circuitry. So if we use Arduino, then we can forgive the circuitry. Means we just need to plug and play with the hardware components like LEDs, motors, and something like this. It is developed for non-scientists, means the person which is not very much known to the circuitry or science, that person can easily handle the Arduino. Now, varieties of Arduino. We have so many varieties of Arduino available in the market. The most commonly used is Arduino Uno. After Arduino Uno, another is Arduino Nano, which is highly popular. Arduino Nano and Mini use with Node MCU microcontroller, in which 8266 means Wi-Fi connection is already there. The rest of the Arduinos are not so popular, but they have their own areas in which they work. Today we'll focus on Arduino Uno, and we'll do the circuit and programming using Arduino Uno only. Now let's discuss about the board. As I told you that we have two different types of input and output in the Arduino board. First is digital and another one is analog. We have two kind of communication, either digital or analog, and in case of using Arduino, we can communicate any component, whether it is digital or analog. We can interface that component with the Arduino very easily. Here, the top side, there are digital port. This is a digital port. In digital port, there are 13 pins. Out of these 13 pins, few pins are PWM, that is pulse width modulation. So that by the use of PWM, we can communicate the motors for interfacing and for larger area. If we need to communicate or interface servo motor, then the limitation with that is the servo motor can be connected only on the PWM pin. PWM pin works like a digital input in an analog format. Then there's a USB connection. This USB connection is connected with the laptop while programming. There is no constraint to connect Arduino each and every time with the laptop. You just need to connect the laptop with the Arduino only duration of the programming. If you are programming the Arduino, then there is a need of laptop or any desktop or any PC. Apart from that, it can be operated using the input power adapter. If you are connecting it with the laptop, then it will take the input from the laptop only. Then there is no need to connect the adapter. Then there are the power pins. Here we have a power pins. One is 5-volt pin, another is 3.3-volt pin. Means if any component that derives on a 5-volt, we can take the 5-volt output from here. If any component that needs only 3.3-volt, most of the electronic components needs that, so we can take the 3.3-volt from this pin also. There are 3 ground signals, 1, 2, and 3. One is in the digital port and 2 ground signals are in the analog side port. Next to the power pins, there are 6 analog input and output pins. A0 to A5. The numbering is A0 to A5. These pins are used to receive or to provide the analog input or output signal. Means if we have a component that can provide analog input, so we can connect that component in the analog port, and if we have another component that needs digital output, then we can connect that to the digital port. So we can receive analog and provide digital. Also, we can receive digital and provide analog output. Now, let's discuss few components. First one is LED. I think most of you are already aware with the LED light emitting diode. It's a very basic component to work with. With the use of LED, we can start with the blink program, with the pattern, with the strobe, and different lighting patterns as well. We'll discuss the LED program also in our today's session. Then second is LCD. Now interfacing LCD is quite complicated with the Arduino, but it's not very difficult. We need an LCD of 16 cross 2. 16 cross 2 means there are 16 digits in one row and there are two columns. So it is known as 16 by 2 LCD. So we'll interface this LCD also. This LCD is also able to be interfaced with the Arduino. Now see, an example of LCD is shown here. Here an Arduino is connected. This Arduino is interfaced with this LCD. So according to the program written in the Arduino, this LCD displays the information. Meanwhile, the components connected over here like resistance, pot. So these components are essential for interfacing the LCD to like focusing or to adjusting the backlight of the LCD and different things. Next is temperature sensor. The name of the sensor is DHT11 and DHT22. This is a specification of the sensor. In this sensor, we have 4 different pins. VCC means supply, ground, and data, and not connected. So this is also a very good component that can be interfaced with the Arduino. This component is used to take the temperature and the humidity readings from the atmosphere. If someone wants to develop a smart irrigation system or a automatic water supply system in the field, farm, or in a like home garden, then he or she can use this kind of sensor. With the use of Arduino and with the use of these sensors, students can design small prototype projects, but that projects are very innovative. So we'll focuses on all these things. Now, see this. Earlier, the example was of Arduino and LCD. Now, a sensor, temperature sensor is installed over there. This temperature sensor reads the data from the climate or from the surroundings, and according to that reading, Arduino is programmed in such a way that it can show that data on the screen. So it is just a temperature monitoring system. Student can design such projects, and it is a working prototype model, so student will learn in depth also. Next is servo motor. Servo motor is a motor that sweeps in degrees 0, 90, 180, 360. In such a way, servo motor works, rotates. Its speed is very less, but we can control its sweep. Means if a person wants to develop a project like automatic door system, then there is a use of servo motor. Why? Because the door can be opened using a servo motor sweep. Presence of a person detected by a sensor, then it will send a signal to the Arduino. Arduino works accordingly to the sensor's input and it gives the output to the servo motor. When servo receives a signal, it will start rotating and the door will be like first opening and then closing after a few time or after a few delay. Like if we see the lift elevators. If we push a button of lift, it will come and door will be open. After some time, the door will be closed automatically. Same process will be done by the servo motor. Now see, this is an example of servo motor. Arduino connected with LCD, temperature, and here a servo motor is connected on a board. This Arduino is programmed in such a way that it receives data from this sensor, displays the sensor data on the LCD, also instructs the servo motor to rotate in such a way. Like if the temperature is 70 degrees, so we have marked on the board on the paper, few markings are there, and according to the temperatures unit, the instruction is given to the servo motor and servo motor sweeps to that extent. So by the use of servo motor here, we can easily show the readings on the analog screen. Next is ultrasonic sensor. This ultrasonic sensor can be used to measure the distance. Means, if we talk about a smart dustbin example, in that case, if a person comes towards the dustbin or towards the that particular place where the dustbin is installed, the door or the lid of the dustbin is automatically open. So that distance, that presence is sensed by this ultrasonic sensor. So this ultrasonic sensor works on the sonar waves, and there is a calculation we need to perform during the programming of Arduino, and based on that particular calculation the readings will be converted into distance, and hence the Arduino can easily command to the motor or servo or something else which is connected accordingly that the lid or the dustbin can be moved. So for measuring distance, we can use ultrasonic. For measuring temperature, we can use temperature sensor, and different components are there. Now see, this is an example of ultrasonic sensor. If a person comes towards this, it will sense the person presence, whether it is a person, whether it is a any obstacle. It can also be installed on a self-controlled robot, a line follower robot, an expert driving system. Suddenly, an obstacle is in the way of the vehicle, then that vehicle will be stopped automatically. Up to which distance that vehicle sense the presence, that depends on the sensors and the program. Means, if a person comes towards the dustbin and the person is like 5 feet away, then there is no need to open the lid of the bin. If the person is like 10 or 12 inches away, then there is a need of open the lid. So it's completely depending on the value and sensors. Next is relay. Relay are of two types: SPDT relay and DPDT relay, single pole or dipole. And relays are used to deal with the AC. AC means alternating current. If we want to deal with the high voltage, like our appliances, our home appliances, industrial appliances, fans, switches, lights, geyser, AC, and any high voltage device, we can control that device using relay. And that relay can be controlled using Arduino. So we can easily control our home, we can easily control our office, our desk, our cabin, and any place by the use of these components. Now, let's discuss an example. If a person is coming from an area, from a party, and he's reaching around 1 a.m. late in the night, so at that time, no one will be there to switch on the light of the garage or something else. And if the garage is automated using Arduino and relay, then that person can send the command from his mobile if that particular system is IoT enabled. Else, he can send the command using other components like keypad, Bluetooth, after reaching nearer to the garage, and then he can control that thing from that particular component. Means the person need not to wait for a physical presence. It can be controlled using internet, using other wireless networks, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or connected mediums like keypad or something like that. Just press the button of the keypad and door will be open, light will be switched on. So all the high voltage AC appliances will be controlled using relay only. Now see, like this, there is an Arduino placed behind, and Arduino is connected with the relay, and relay is connected with the high voltage devices. Now these sockets are only placed as a socket. There is no on off button because the on off button will be the relay only. There is no need to place any manual on off button over here because that on off work will be done by the Arduino using relay only. In this manner, we can control the high voltage devices also using Arduino. Now we'll start with the programming. To do the programming with the Arduino, we need an Arduino IDE. That Arduino IDE can be downloaded from Arduino's official website. After installing the Arduino, the screen will be seen like this. There's a white and green color screen will be shown. First of all, you need to connect the Arduino board, and after connecting that Arduino board, you need to check whether the board is connected or not. To check that, you need to go to the tools, select the board option, and then select the board which you have connected. As I have discussed that there are many types of Arduino boards available. If we are using Arduino Uno, then we need to select Arduino Uno. If we are using LilyPad, Mini, Nano, according to that, the choice will be selected. After selecting this, again go to the serial port. After board, go to the serial port and select the serial port. The Arduino is communicating with the laptop using serial port. Nowadays, there is no serial port available in the laptops, but you can connect the Arduino on the USB. That USB will be treated as a serial port. The Arduino IDE will be treated that as a communication port, serial port. After that, we need to start with the basic program. As you start with the program, there are just go to the file menu, press a new program will be shown to you just like on the screen. In this program, there are predefined two functions named as setup and loop. One is setup, another one is loop. The setup function contains the code which runs only once. Means if we talk about in the programming language, means the declaration part will be in the setup. Which function is operating, which component is connected to which pin is input, which is output. All these things will be in the setup function only. Then the loop part. The loop part is, as its name, loop means it is running again and again. Once you are executing, compiling this program and uploading to the Arduino, then what will happen? The Arduino will switch on and it runs the setup part only once. Once the setup is complete, then the loop part is continuously executing within the Arduino. There are two buttons. One is verify and compile. Another one is upload. First, we need to compile. After successful compilation, then we need to upload this program to the Arduino. While uploading this program to the Arduino, we need to connect the Arduino physically with the laptop. And there is no component other connected with the receiving and transmission pin of Arduino. That is a constraint. If you are using any receiving or transmission pin of Arduino to any other component, for example, you are using Bluetooth and you have used the RX and TX pins of Arduino with the Bluetooth, then while uploading the program, you need to disconnect that pins with the components. This is the minimum code that is in the Arduino program. As we have discussed, setup and loop. Setup means part which only run once. Loop part means the portion of the program or the code, the lines which we need to run repeatedly. Setup is called only once when the Arduino is powered on or reset. After each time you are resetting the Arduino, the setup will run again. But after running setup once, it will not recall until unless you will power off the Arduino or reset the Arduino. Setup function is used to initialize the variables and the pin modes. We'll discuss the pin modes right now. Then the loop part, the loop function, it runs continuously till the device is powered off. Until the device is powered on, it will continuously, until the device is powered off, this loop function will continuously running in the Arduino. The main logic or the main function means the portion of the program that is need to be executed again and again will be put in the loop part only. Next is pin mode. Pin mode means which pin is working as input and which pin is working as output. For example, if we have connected a motor to the Arduino, then motor is always an output device. Motor never receives an input. And if we connected a temperature sensor to the Arduino, then temperature sensor is always an input device. It will never provide a output. Means temperature sensor say will always receive input. So the pin which is connected with the temperature sensor will be treated as input. So we need to mention here, this is the syntax of pin mode. The name of function is pin mode, in which PIN is small, M is capital, then ODE is again small. Then you need to mention the pin number. If you are using a digital pin, then the pin number is there. Total 13 pins are there in the digital port. So we have mentioned over here 13 means the 13th pin is as output. Output must be in the capitals. If we are using 13th pin as input, then we need to mention pin mode 13 comma input. It means now the 13th pin is an input and this portion is written into setup part. Now, providing output to the port. How to provide an output to the port means we have already mentioned pin mode, like pin 13 is an output. Now, how we send the output to that particular pin? If we are using digital port, then we need to use digital write function. Digital write function makes an output to that particular pin. Like digital write, we have digital read. Also, like digital port, we have analog port and analog read, analog write. Now, first one is digital write 13 comma low. What this statement does, this statement will provide a low. Low means 0, means it will deactivate the pin 13. It will not providing any voltage, any output voltage on the pin number 13. If we write digital write 13 comma high, it means it is providing 5-volt output to that pin. In ideal case, it is 5-volt, but there are some voltage drop and circuit consumption. So in ideal case, it is 5-volt, but never in the practical case. It will never be the 5-volt exactly. Then digital read. In the third statement, we have write int button state. So int is a data type. Button state is the name of a variable. You can take A, B, C, X, Y, Z, anything. There is no need to write button state only. You can write anything, any name of the variable. Equals to digital read. The syntax of the programming is similar with the C. Few constraints are there in which you can mention, like there is a capital letters. So you need to like follow that constraints. Now, int button state like int a is a variable, is equals to digital read 2. Now, 2 is a number of pin. This statement is working what? This statement is reading the input from the pin number 2 of digital port. That digital port is used as a input now. So upper two statements are like providing the output in write, and if you are using digital read, it means it is taking the input from that particular pin. Any pin can be used as input and output. Now, analog to digital conversion. As I have told you earlier, that we have both types of communication possible in Arduino, analog as well as digital. We have discussed about digital port. Now, next is analog. What is analog? Analog is a continuous range of voltage, not only 0 volt or 5 volt. It is a continuous voltage, means 0, 0.1, 2, 3, 3.3, 4.5, and 5. In case of digital, the discrete values are there, either 0 or 5. For need of accuracy, we need analog signals. Also, there are certain components that work on an analog frequency or analog voltage. So for that, we need analog signal. Then if we have more accurate, that is analog, then what is the significance or what is the need of digital? Why we need to convert the signal into the digital form? Because the microcontroller only understands the digital form. So that's why we need to convert the analog signal into the digital form, and we need to work on the digital as well. If we talk about the noise or the disturbance of the signal, then analog signal can be noisy, but in case of digital signal, the noise ratio can be minimized because of digital signal is not natural. The natural signal is always analog. That's why all kind of voices and sounds mix in analog signal, but in digital we can avoid that thing. ADC in Arduino. ADC means analog to digital conversion. Arduino Uno boards contain 6 pins of ADC, 6 pins for analog board, and 13 pins of digital board. It can convert 10-bit analog signal to digital converter. In case of digital, the minimum is 0 volt and the maximum is 5 volt. The variation of 0 to 5 volt can be provided between 0 to 1023. That is 2 raised to power 10. 10-bit analog signal. That means up to 0 to 1023 we can distribute this range. So means by the use of analog signal we can work on a minimum variation in the signal. See, if the 0 volt is an input, then the digital output is again 0. If the 5 volt, then maximum 255 digital output is there. 2.5 means 127 will be the output. If we talk about the mid one. This is a digital output. In case of digital output, 0 to 5 is divided between 0 to 255. But in case of analog, it is divided into 0 to 1023. Means 4 times more. We can take 4 times more accuracy. These 6 pins are analog pins in the Arduino. Now next is reading and writing analog values. Like digital read and digital write, we have analog read and analog write. In case of analog read, we have mentioned A0. Why? Because analog read works with the analog signal, means the signal is coming from analog pin. Analog pin names as A0, A1, A2 up to A5. So analog read A0, this line will do and receiving a input in analog form from pin number A0. Second statement, that is analog write, that is 2,128. It means it is writing an analog value to the pin number 2 of digital port. Now यहाँ पर थोड़ा ध्यान देने की जरूरत है, like analog write function doesn't have any restriction to work with analog port or the digital port. Analog write function can work with analog port as well as with the digital port. We can provide the analog output on the digital port. Also, we can provide the analog output on the analog port. So analog write function has nothing to do with the analog pins or the analog read function. Analog write can write the analog output to the pin which is provided, whether it is analog or digital. Analog read function reads the value from analog port and it gives the values in between 0 to 1023, whereas analog write values the data from 0 to 255, because here the analog write function is used with the digital port, so that's why digital data will be up to maximum 255. If we use analog write with the analog port, then again it will write up to 1023. Now hands-on examples. So for this, you need to log into the Tinkercad. I'll provide the link of the website. I request Kanika ma'am, kindly share the link with the participants of Tinkercad.
Okay, okay, sir. So you can share on this Teams WhatsApp also, on Teams chat also.
Okay, ma'am.
Everyone can access then.
Sure.
I will share on WhatsApp also.
I've shared the link with in the Teams chat. I think up to this theory part, there is no query, and if anyone is having any query, then please feel free to ask, so that will focus is on the hands-on session now.
So there is a one query.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is any of the application, if my requirement is to vary the output voltage on analog pin of Arduino Uno, then can I change or can I vary that value by means of some software commands?
Sorry, ma'am. Come again. Last में आपने क्या बोला?
Is it possible to vary the output voltage on analog pin by means of any software command?
मैम अगर आपको लाइक कोई भी एनालॉग पिन पर वोल्टेज वेरी कराना है, तो उसको वेरी कराने के लिए आपको कोई ना कोई कंपोनेंट यूज करना पड़ेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम आज एक एग्जांपल करेंगे हम, एंड इन दैट वी विल यूज अ पोटेंशियोमीटर.
ओके.
एंड बिकॉज आपको अगर वोल्टेज वेरी करनी है, तो उसके लिए कहीं ना कहीं आपको रेजिस्टेंस अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा.
ओके सर, तो मेरा मेन क्वेश्चन है, मुझे ये जानना है कि एनालॉग पिन्स के साथ पॉसिबल है?
हाँ मैम, बिल्कुल एनालॉग पिन के साथ हम पॉसिबल है. अभी हम आज एक हैंड्स ऑन में करेंगे इसको. वी हैव 8 एग्जांपल्स टू डिस्कस टुडे.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू.
Once the participant is set with the Tinkercad login, just inform me. You need to go to the Tinkercad. If you have already using Tinkercad, then just log in. Else you need to sign up. You can sign up using your Gmail or Google ID. Kanika ma'am, please confirm when the participant is ready, then I'll start sharing Tinkercad.
Okay, sir. Those who just complete their login, just raise their hands. So till now, 7 have joined.
Okay.
Now let's wait others also.
Let's wait
We are
for
having
5
7
minutes.
has raised their hands.
We'll wait for 5 minutes until few participants may be joined
Yes, sir.
soon with the Tinkercad.
All are requested to raise their hand those who completed. So we are having 14 hand raised.
So if you say, then I'll start.
Let's wait for 2 minutes more.
Sure, ma'am, sure.
I hope all have joined. If anyone needs time, please message on the chat box. So almost 40 have done.
Okay, that's great, ma'am. So we'll start with the hands-on session now.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, you need to log into the Tinkercad. In Tinkercad, I'll show my screen of Tinkercad, then you'll be able to see that. or this kind of screen is there. You need to go to the circuits. These are my circuits which we will discuss today. First of all, you need to create a new circuit. I request kindly mute if not necessary to unmute. Thank you. Yeah, after clicking on a new circuit, you need to go to the components, basic components, all components, Arduino components. What kind of components you need? So click on the all. Now you have all types of components with you. Just click on search box, click on Uno. Uno board is there. Click on Uno board. Just click, not drag and drop. Click, and where you want to place it, click here. Now you have Arduino board with you. I request participants to lower down your hands, and if you have any query, only then please raise your hand so that it will be good in the hands-on. I hope सबने Arduino Uno तो निकाल लिया होगा अभी तक. Now, the basic one is LED. Okay. Next is click on search box LED. Click on LED, red LED. We have picked. Place it on a little bit distance to the Arduino. You can also using a breadboard. You can also use breadboard, but in this case, only a LED blink example is there, so there is no need of breadboard. But if you want to use and you are comfortable with the use of breadboard, then you can use. So in LED, we have two pins, anode and cathode. Once you hover the mouse over the legs of the LED, it will say anode and cathode. Cathode means ground. Okay, the pin which is cathode, it is straightly connected with the ground. You just click on cathode and the ground. Just drag and drop. Okay. Any query to anyone till now?
Sir, there are many who are facing the issue. Actually,
Like?
it is showing the basic shapes. We are not getting this screen that you are showing.
Ma'am, can you please share their screenshots?
Yeah, I will share my screen only.
Yeah.
In this way.
Ma'am, you have gone to the design phase of AutoCAD. You need to go to the circuit. एक काम करिए आप, यहाँ टिंकर कैट दिख रहा है आपको ऊपर लिखा हुआ लर्निंग द मूव्स के पास क्लिक करिए, ये क्लिक करिए टिंकर कैट पे. हाँ, इस पे.
Okay.
Now circuits 3D design के नीचे circuit है मैम.
Okay.
Click on the
Actually,
circuit.
that was the page जहाँ पे सब लोगों का वही ओपन हुआ है डायरेक्ट लिंक के बाद.
हाँ, मैंने स्टार्टिंग में इसीलिए बताया था that we need to work on a circuit. Click on the circuit, create new circuit. Now
It's taking time.
no issues.
Then I have to select Arduino.
ऊपर मैम components basic. First of all components. Yeah. Click on that.
Arduino.
Click all.
Okay.
All. Now search Uno. Uno. Click on Arduino R3 and click in the area. If you found it, click on the. Please move to this to the left side. Yeah, fine now. If you find that Uno board is very large and the area is very small, just click on the just press the control button of the board. Press the control button of the keyboard and scroll the mouse ball. Zoom in, zoom out की तरह काम करता है ये control button.
Okay, got it.
I hope that every participant is reaching to the Arduino board till now. If any one of participant is having any issue, post your query, please. Now, where you have written the Uno, just write LED. Kanika ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Please write LED in the search box.
Yes, sir, done.
Click on the LED.
First one?
Yes, first one, the basic one. Place it on the top side of the Uno board. Place it at some distance.
So I've clicked it, but connection failed to the internet. Okay, might be connectivity issue. Okay. Is it okay, sir?
Yeah. Now, may I share my screen now?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. So we have done till now, we have placed an Arduino Uno board and an LED. Okay. We need to connect this LED with the board. Just click on the leg of the LED, any of the leg. Okay. First of all, just try to understand the connection, how we do connection. Click on the leg of the LED and simple move your mouse. Just move your mouse. Do not drag. One click is done, then leave the click button and move your mouse. Now connection is connected to the LED. We need to connect the second end of this wire with the Arduino. So we move to the, you can go to the, any of the pin. Once you are connecting this with any pin, it will show a red color mark. Okay. Now let's suppose I need to join this pin with 10th. So I clicked it. Now this pin, this cathode leg of LED is connected with the pin number 10 of the Arduino Uno. If it is connected wrongly, just select this wire and press the delete button. Now, as the cathode pin needs to be connected with the ground, so we'll connect this with the ground. Here, the color of wire is green, and I need to change this to the black, or to the purple, or to the gray, to the yellow, as per choice. If you want to change the shape, then it can be possible here. Okay. Now see. Now the second leg, that is anode, this needs to be connected with the power supply. Okay. Now here I have connected this to the 5 volt. Now what will happen? Once the Arduino is powered on, so that power supply from the board moves to the LED. Okay. If this connection is done, then we can start simulation. Now, right now we have not used any of the port, neither digital nor analog. We just connected a ground and a power supply. When we start simulation, just click on this right side button, start simulation. Now see what happened. Once we start simulation, it means the power is connected with the Arduino board. Okay, and this 5 volt supply is given to the LED. Okay, but this LED is not for 5 volt supply. Just hover on the LED, it shows that the current through the LED is 483 milliampere, while absolute maximum is 20 milliampere. अगर इस तरह का कनेक्शन हम फिजिकली एस्टैब्लिश करते तो हमारी LED जो है वो बस्ट हो जाती. So we need to stop the simulation, and we need to install a resistance in between that. Just click on the search box, resistance, resistor. Okay, this is a resistor. Place this resistor anywhere. Now click on the wire, anode to resistor and resistor to 5 volt. Okay. Now, what is the value of this resistor? Click on the resistor, there is the value of resistance. And let's suppose 100 kilo ohm. We change the value of this resistance to the 100 kilo ohm. Let's suppose. Now, again, start simulation. See, the brightness of LED is very less. See, start simulation. The brightness of LED is very less. Why? Because the resistance is very high. So we need to do what? Again, click on the resistor, 10 kilo ohm. Start simulation. Again, not so high. 1 kilo ohm, very high. 100 ohm. Now there is a display that the current is high. So we can put 1 kilo ohm resistance Now the value is fine. The intensity or the glow of LED is quite good now. You can test using start and stop simulation. Participants are requested to tell if they have done with this. So this is the best part of simulation, that we need not to work on actual hardware, but the environment is like similar with the hardware. If you are done with this basic connection, then we'll start with the first program of LED done, LED blink. Please mention done if you have done with this circuit. Now, connect your LED in such a way that the cathode is connected to the ground and anode is connected with a resistance, and resistance is connected with any pin of Arduino board, whether 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, any of the pin. The pin you have used, I am using here 13. So program में जहाँ मैं 13 लिखूंगा, you need to write the number of that pin where you have connected your LED. Let's suppose if anyone is connected on pin number 6, so he or she needs to change that 13 to the 6. उसको 13 की जगह 6 लिखना होगा. Okay, I'm sharing the program and I'm telling how the program is like written over here. Design the circuit like this: LED, cathode with the ground, anode with the resistance of 1 kilo ohm, and to the pin. I'm using here pin number 13. I've done, then click on the code. It's just written next to the simulation. Start simulation से पहले एक code लिखा होगा. Click on the code. Code section पर click करने के बाद अब देखेंगे यहाँ पर blocks plus text and text, तीन options हैं. Click on the text. Blocks is used for like say the very new persons or very like unknown to the programming. So as we all are familiar with the programming, whether a little bit, so we'll use the text one. Continue. So एक basic program आपको पहले से लिखा हुआ दिखाई दे रहा है. What is this basic? In this program, I hope that everyone is reached here. If any issues, then please raise your hands. If any issue, then please raise your hands. Okay. So this code is on C++ syntax. As I told you in the presentation, void setup, void loop. Setup में function use करते हैं pin mode. That pin mode tells which pin is output, which pin is input. Here LED built-in was written. Okay, LED built-in was written. LED built-in means there is a LED C on the screen. There is a LED this where the L is written over here. It is a built-in LED. Okay, so it is written over here LED built-in, but we want to use the pin, so we need to mention here pin number, that is 13. So pin mode means now the pin 13 is an output pin. This inbuilt LED is by default connected with the pin number 13 internally. Okay, so now the pin mode 13 is an output pin. So we can take the output from that pin. Now the setup part is complete. Next is loop. The loop part contains the code which is need to be run again and again. So we need digital write function because we need to provide the output. If we need to take the input, then digital read will be there. But in this case, only output is there. So digital write. Where we have used pin number 13. So again, we'll need to modify this to the pin number 13 as high. High means on, means 5 volt. Okay. So on pin number 13, we'll provide the high. There is pin number 13 पर high करने का मतलब क्या हो गया? Positive 5 volt. Then again, एक डिले का ये पार्ट है, इसको मैंने अभी कमेंट किया है, एग्जीक्यूट नहीं कर रहे, इसका बेनिफिट देखेंगे अभी हम क्या हो रहा है. नाउ नेक्स्ट लाइन में एक बार ऑन कर दिया, एक बार ऑफ कर दिया. हाई मतलब ऑन, लो मतलब ऑफ. तो अब एलईडी ब्लिंक होगी, ऑन ऑफ. ठीक है. जस्ट क्लिक ऑन द स्टार्ट सिमुलेशन. नाउ सी योर एलईडी, इट इज कंटिन्यूअसली ऑन. व्हाई? बिकॉज ये इतनी जल्दी स्विचिंग हो रही है ऑन ऑफ की कि हमें विजिबल ही नहीं है. व्हाट विल डू? First of all, stop simulation, then introduce some delay. The number written over here, 100, 10,000, 10,000 is the milliseconds. Is the milliseconds. Now, we have introduced a delay of 100 milliseconds while on, also while off. Start simulation now. Now you can see your LED is blinking. Introduce the delay little bit longer. Now 1000 milliseconds. Now you can easily see the blinking of LED. If the intensity is low, you can change the value of resistance. Hundred ohm. Now the LED is glowing. If you want to change the color of LED, click on the LED from red to blue, green, yellow, white, blue. So this was the basic first example of Arduino Uno, that is LED blink. If anyone is not yet done this experiment, then please let me know the issue, else we'll go with the second one. Kanika ma'am, is there any issue from the participant sides?
Sir, not yet. I didn't receive any message.
Okay ma'am. I hope that most of the participants have done with this program. Yeah. Now you can stop simulation, click on this name as you want to save this particular experiment. And it's done. You can download this, send to as an image or as a BID file. So our first one is LED blink. I think everyone is done with this experiment. In the next experiment, we'll do LED button blink. Means once we press the button, LED will on. Once we release the button, LED will off. Or in a vice versa case, on a click of button, LED will off. And when we release the button, LED will on. For this, we need to understand the button first, the function or the working principle of button. Okay, button is an input. Now we are taking the input from the button to the Arduino, and according to that input, Arduino is providing output to the pin number 13. Okay, again we have connected the LED on the pin number 13. So connection of LED is very similar to the previous one. What is the difference is introducing a button now. You can connect button on any of the pin, likewise the LED. But the difference is here I'm connected the button on a pin number 2. So I will use pin number 2 in a program. But if you will use any other pin, means 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, whatsoever the pin you are using, then you need to click on, you need to write that particular pin number in the program. So first of all, design this. Design this experiment just like the LED blink. You need to take the Arduino Uno, breadboard, button, LED and resistance. The name of this button is push button. सर्च बॉक्स में आप क्लिक करेंगे पुश बटन, आपको मिल जाएगा इजीली. पुश बटन की किसी भी एक लेग के साथ आपको कनेक्ट करना होगा. Once the design is done, one query is there. What if I want change the coding? Ma'am, can you please elaborate your doubt, Akanksha ma'am? What if I want change the coding? Yeah, the coding we have done in the LED blink, I was trying to blink it 2 times, then off. Yeah, no issues, ma'am. In that case, it is very easy that you need to put the line, which is like digital write high. Put that again for a long delay. Means, let me share that thing with you. Now see ma'am, the code is here. Now what will happen? Pin number 13 will be high for 2000 milliseconds and then it will be low for 1000 milliseconds. Start simulation now. And if you want to blink it 2 times and then off, again, no issues. In that case, you need to put what? One more line over here in the code. High for 2000, then low, then again high जाएगा. उसके बाद put the for loop over here. Now, this loop will do what? 0 and 1. For 2 times it will blink for this for loop. Then it will come out of the for loop and you need to put low. After that, it will be off for some time. Again, for the loop will be working, so you need to put the more delay over here. We need to mention the I. Int I is equals to 0. I think your query has been solved, Akanksha. Now it will be high 2 times, then it will go low, then it will off for some time. And if you want to switch it off permanently, then you need to modify the loop part accordingly. Another query I'm having is, thank you, Akanksha. How do I flip the component angular movements? Yes, ma'am. It is possible. In that case, stop simulation. Click on the LED. Just go to the leftmost part, rotate. It is possible. Okay. Any other queries? Okay, so I hope that rest of the participants have already designed that particular circuit. Place an Uno Now, the circuit is complete. Again, we need to go to the code section. Now, this will be the code. You need to write this code. डबल स्लैश में कमेंट से इनको आप अवॉइड भी कर सकते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ठीक है. In this code, what we are doing, on a button click, the LED is on, also will taking a message on a serial monitor. Okay, first of all, we'll do pin mode 2 as input. Okay, input pull up or input something whatsoever you want to mention, you can write it. Pin mode LED built-in. LED built-in means again pin number 13. So we need to change this. Either you can write LED built-in or you can write 13. Not an issue. Then come to the loop section. Int sensor value. Sensor value की जगह आप अपनी मर्जी से कुछ भी लिख सकते हैं, like A. Okay. What is this? It is just a variable. It will do what? It will digital read pin number 2. So pin number 2 means this button. बटन से जैसे ही कोई सिग्नल निकलेगा वो पिन नंबर 2 पर आएगा. पिन नंबर 2 से डिजिटल रीड हो गया. डिजिटल रीड बिकॉज इट इज अ डिजिटल पोर्ट and the value is in the sensor val variable. Now this variable can be, it can be high, it can be low, either high or low. या तो बटन पुश हो रहा है तो कनेक्ट हो रहा होगा. कनेक्ट हो रहा है मींस वोल्टेज पास हो रही है, करंट पास हो रहा है मींस हाई. सो इफ सेंसर वैल्यू इज हाई देन LED built in is again, or the 13 number pin is high, else LED is low. You can again mention the delay as per your choice. First we'll execute this thing and then we'll see the serial monitor. Just see the program and write it. You can avoid comments. I hope the program is written. Now start the simulation. Click on the button, LED will be on. Click on the button, LED will be on. Just try this. Here, a serial monitor is there. Click on this serial monitor. No output is there. It is a display. Okay. You can use this serial monitor if you are connecting your Arduino Uno with a computer. Right now we are doing simulation. It means we are on a laptop or a PC, so we can use serial monitor as well. So, अब क्या होगा, दो चीजें हैं. जब हम क्लिक करेंगे यहाँ तो आपके पास आउटपुट आ ही रही है, मींस ऑन अ बटन क्लिक द LED is on. Okay, also that the value is printing on a serial monitor. Okay, now for that we need to initialize the serial connection. For that need to use serial.begin 9600. 9600 is the baud rate on which the data is to be transferred. This line needs to be written in a setup part, and in loop part the serial.print println whatsoever you want to mention. Print करना चाहते हैं print भी लिख सकते हैं, println लिखना चाहते हैं println लिख सकते हैं. The difference is if you are using print then the cursor will blinking in the same line after writing. Okay, I'll show you the print and the println. Print sensor value. Sensor value is the variable in which you have received the data. Okay. Now start simulation. It's working now. See, it is 1111. It is printing continuously 1111. When I'm clicked on this, so it is writing 000000. I release this, again it is printing 1111. Now see, एक ही लाइन में आउटपुट आ रही है. आप अगर print की जगह, if you write print ln, start simulation. Now see, ln means next line. Continuously आ रही है. बटन के क्लिक पर ऑन हो गया, ऑफ हो गया, ऑन हो गया, ऑफ हो गया. Now see, if you want to change this on a button click, it is off and else it is on. Right now sensor value by default आपको चेक करना है. आपने सिमुलेट किया, आपने देखा by default value sensor की क्या है. That the sensor value is by default 1. 1 means high. So when the sensor value is high, the LED is off. Okay, तो जब क्लिक करेंगे तो वो 1 से 0 हो जाएगा. तो जब 0 हो गया तो आपने ऑन कर दिया. If you want to change this, just replace the high and low. Now start simulation. Now LED will be on by default. Okay. When I click on this button, it will be off. So serial monitor can be used to diagnose the things. What is the reading value? Okay. According to that input, that reading, we can change the program. One question is how to connect button. Okay. Code screen is not visible. Okay. I'll provide the code in a chat. I've written the complete code in a chat. You can modify this as per your choice. And yes, one query is how to connect the button. Okay. See. Take a push button. Place it like this. Why? In a breadboard, these five pins are internally connected. Same, these 5 pins are internally connected. So we need to place the button in such a way that all 4 legs are in a distinct or a different hole. And you can take this is by default connected and this is by default connected. Okay. Otherwise we can take this like this. So ये आपस में connect हो जाएंगी. By default ये दोनों connect होती हैं. तो जैसे आपने बटन push किया, it means सभी lines connect हो जाएंगी. In this manner you can place the push button.
हेलो,
यस सर।
आवाज अच्छा, ओके ओके, अब आवाज आ रही है।
जी सर। सर वो एक्चुअली स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा था अभी मैं।
ओके ओके ओके, नो इशू।
Now, in this circuit, again, one UNO and one potentiometer is to be required. One UNO and one potentiometer is required. Last experiment, I hope execute हो गया होगा, LED button. Now, in this case, what is, just click on a potentiometer and provide it, placed it over here. In the potentiometer, there are three legs. One supply, one ground, and the mid one is wiper. The data is to be taken from the mid one. Once you are placing the potentiometer, it will automatically tell you click terminal 1, terminal wiper, and terminal 2. You can connect terminal 1 or terminal 2 to the supply or the ground. There is no logic over here, okay? Because potentiometer is also a resistance, and resistance में positive negative नहीं होता. So you can connect any of the terminal to the supply or the other terminal to the ground. The mid one, that is wiper pin, needs to be connected with the A0. I'm here using A0. You can use A1, A2, A3, A5, any of the pin. Accordingly, you need to change the program. Okay, simple connection is there. One query is last circuit. Okay, we'll see that later on. Actually, the time is very less and we have so many examples. If you can tell Professor Gitali that what is the query, then I can sort it here. So this connection is established. Go to the code part. Very simple. Initially, you have declared sensor value as a variable and its value is 0. Then A0 is an input because now we are reading the value from the potentiometer. So it will act as an input pin. So pin mode A0 is input. We are taking the output on a serial monitor. So we need to start the serial monitor. For that, serial.begin 9600. 9600 is the baud rate. Then loop function. First of all, we need to read the value of this analog pin. For that, we used analog read and the pin number A0. As I have connected to A0, if you need to connect with A4, then change this code to A4 and again here A4. A4 as input and you're reading from A4. Whatsoever will be the data that is to be read from A4 will be transferred to the sensor value as an integer value. Okay, it's analog read, so it can vary from 0 to 1023. That's why we took this variable as an int, and that sensor value is to be printing on the serial monitor. And there is a delay of 100,000, 1,000, whatsoever you want, you can put that delay. I'm providing this code in the chat box. The code is provided. Now you can start simulation. Open the serial monitor. Now see, it is on the maximum one. As you're dragging now, drag. According to the potentiometer dragging, the values are changing. Now, see, the drag is very fast, but the values are changing very slow. That because there is a delay of 1000. If I put delay of 10 milliseconds, then as it is changing, soon it will be displaying on the data monitor. The 100 millisecond will be the perfect one. In this case, delay you need to choose as per your need. जो डिले है उसके लिए कोई स्पेसिफिक रूल नहीं है कि आपको डिले 100 रखना है 200 रखना है. डिले आपको अपनी नीड के अकॉर्डिंग ही सेट करना पड़ेगा. नाउ सी इन दिस example, you can also place an LED. Okay. You need to do this by your own. Now, according to this value, this LED will be glowing. LED will be on a this. Okay. I directly connected this and this. If you want to place it a little bit higher, it is possible. Okay. कोड में चेंजेस करिए. क्या चेंजेस होंगे ऐसे जैसे हमने प्रिंट किया सेंसर वैल्यू को. अब इस सेंसर वैल्यू को आपने एलईडी पर लगाना है. पिन नंबर 13 पहले यहाँ पर पिन मोड डालिए. पिन मोड pin number 13 as output. Now the sensor value is to be written on the now what is happening, whatsoever with the sensor value that is to be writing on a LED. We'll do the simulation. Now see, its value is very high. Let me move a little bit. यहाँ पर हमने कोई रेजिस्टेंस नहीं कनेक्ट किया बिकॉज हम डेटा को पोटेंशियोमीटर से दे रहे हैं. देखिए जैसे आपने इसको बढ़ाना शुरू किया, इसकी जो इंटेंसिटी है स्टार्टिंग में ही वो चेंज होनी शुरू हो गई. 20 से ज्यादा जाना नहीं है. जैसे आप बढ़ाते रहेंगे तो उसकी इंटेंसिटी ग्लो करेगी, प्लस साथ में नोटिफिकेशन आएगा दैट द करंट इज वेरी हाई. Okay, so to avoid the damage, you can place a resistor in between the anode and the LED. Now start simulation. Now see. Just rotate the potentiometer, just change the potentiometer's value. The intensity of light will be changes. I hope that it is clear to everyone. If any query, then please raise your hands or put in a text box. So we have completed 4 experiments till now.
Okay, so any query from the faculty side? Kindly ask your questions without any hesitation, because it is a kind of interactive program, not the session from one side only. Jatin, actually, as an autonomous institute, we have included this subject IoT
Yes,
in
sir.
our course curriculum for fourth semester students.
Okay, sir.
And theory part as well as the lab experiments are also there in the syllabus.
Yes, sir.
So this next semester, it is being taught by the faculty members of our department, and some of the faculty members from IoT department and from other computer science allied branches are also there. So if you're any expertise suggestion, kindly share with us.
Sir, my suggestion or my submission to each and every participant is like this only, that in the Arduino, it is very, very, whether it is Arduino, whether it is IoT or Raspberry, it is very interesting to work with hardware. Once you are teaching your students to like, we can do this thing or we can do that thing. I hope that most of the participants are performing this hands-on experiment for the very first time. So I think they are also very excited to like, okay, we can control LED, we can control this thing. So in the same manner, students will also get excited. And first of all, try to explore them on Tinkercad, because अगर वो पहले ही हार्डवेयर को हाथ लगाएंगे, then हो सकता है कि उनको कुछ प्रॉब्लम भी हो, करंट भी लग सकता है, लाइक डैमेज भी हो सकता है हार्डवेयर. सो जब उन्हें रेजिस्टेंस के बारे में पता होगा कि रेजिस्टेंस की क्या वैल्यू होनी चाहिए, then they will like work. But try to explore them, because अगर हम उन्हें कहेंगे कि आप कुछ भी बना के लाओ, तो एटलीस्ट कुछ करेंगे. And sir, being an autonomous or being an university affiliated institute, if a student is performing well, only I think only that is the main concern of yours and mine, that our students need to perform well.
Okay. So any query from the faculty side? Actually, some of the faculty members are expert in this particular area, and
Okay.
they are having a very good experience. In fact,